Ty Borden, alive? A mysterious clue has shaken Heartland fans to their core. In Season 19, Episode 3, a moment so shocking takes place that it has everyone asking the same question: did we all believe a lie? What Amy discovers may change everything we thought we knew about Ty's story. Forever, for years, Heartland fans have carried the heavy memory of Ty Borden's tragic death. His love story with Amy Fleming wasn't just another TV romance. It was a bond that survived storms, fear, distance, and time. Ty wasn't just Amy's partner. He was her home, her strength, her heart. And when he died, a part of Heartland died with him. But now, Season 19, Episode 3 has reopened a door that everyone believed was locked forever. Before this episode, Amy had been slowly rebuilding her life. She poured her heart into horses again and focused on raising Lyndy. She found ways to smile, even if her eyes still showed the pain she tried to hide. The ranch, once filled with laughter and Ty's quiet strength, now felt like a place haunted by memories. But Amy never gave up. She kept moving forward step by step, breath by breath, because that's what Ty would have wanted. Yet, in Episode 3, everything changes. The peaceful rhythm of life at Heartland is suddenly broken by a clue, so small it could be dismissed, but so powerful it stops Amy in her tracks. It begins with a package delivered to the ranch. No return name. No address. Just Amy's name written in handwriting that looks strangely familiar. She hesitates before opening it, feeling a weight in her chest that she hasn't felt in years, an uneasy mix of hope and fear. Inside the box is something that shouldn't exist. Something that should have been lost forever the day Ty died. It's a leather bracelet, handmade, worn, and unmistakable. Ty's bracelet. At first, Amy refuses to believe it. It must be a mistake. A cruel joke. Maybe someone found Ty's things and thought to return them? But the bracelet isn't dusty or old like something forgotten. It looks recently worn, as if it had been taken off not long ago. Suddenly, questions begin racing through Amy's mind. Where did this come from? Who sent it? And why now? Her first instinct is to tell Jack, but something stops her. A voice inside whispers, what if this isn't just a coincidence? What if this is a message? Something Ty wanted her to find? Amy knows how impossible that sounds, but she can't shake the feeling that someone is trying to reach her. Someone who knows her past. Someone who knows her pain. Someone who knows Ty. As Amy studies the bracelet, she remembers the day Ty made it. He had carved their initials into the inside, a plus T hidden where only they would know. Her hands tremble as she turns it over. The carving is still there. Her heartbeat races. This isn't a copy. It's not a replica. It's real. That night, Amy sits alone, staring out at the dark Heartland horizon. Questions swirl in her mind like a storm. If this bracelet survived, what else could have survived too? What if Taysom Howe is still out there? Amy knows how crazy that sounds. She watched him leave that day. She went through the pain of losing him. She buried him in her heart. She accepted the truth. Or did she? The episode builds a quiet tension as Amy struggles with something she has not allowed herself to feel in years. Hope. But hope can be dangerous. Hope can break a person. And Amy has already been broken before. So she locks the bracelet away in her drawer, telling herself not to think about it again. But as she walks away, the questions follow her. And the fear returns, the fear that if she starts to believe Ty might be alive, she may never be the same again. The single moment changes the direction of the entire season. And it is only the beginning. Amy tries to convince herself the bracelet means nothing. But life at Heartland suddenly feels different, like something hidden is just beyond reach. Every quiet moment feels heavy, every thought circles back to Ty, memories return that she tried to bury, and the ache in her chest grows stronger. She tells herself to stay focused, to keep life normal for Lyndy, but it's not that simple. The past has come knocking, and Amy can no longer pretend it's gone. Ty Borden's story was never just a character arc. It was the beating heart of Heartland. He came to the ranch as a troubled kid searching for a chance, and instead he found a family. Jack became the father he never had. Amy became the love he never thought he deserved. Together, they built a life most people only dream about. They survived separation, illness, danger, and grief, always finding their way back to each other. Their bond became the foundation of Heartland, a symbol of healing and second chances. When Ty died, it shattered not just Amy, but everyone around her. Jack lost the young man he had come to see as a son. Tim lost someone he finally learned to respect. And Lyndy lost a father she would only know through stories. Even the land itself seemed quieter, as if Heartland mourned along with them. Amy kept going because she had no other choice. She had a daughter looking up to her, and she had responsibilities that didn't understand heartbreak. So she got back on a horse even when it hurt. She trained others to heal through horses, even when she couldn't fully heal herself. Her pain became a silent weight she carried alone, but now, strange things begin happening, and that silence starts to crack. It begins subtly. Amy starts noticing that someone has been around the ranch footprints near the old barn, a freshly moved saddle that no one admits to touching. Then, one morning, she finds a stack of old photos placed neatly on her workbench, pictures of her and Ty from years ago. Photos she thought were packed away in a box in the attic. She asks Jack if he put them there, but he pauses before answering. His voice sounds uneasy. He tells her not to overthink things and walks away. But something in his eyes makes Amy wonder, is Jack hiding something? At breakfast, Lou brings up a rumor she heard in town. Someone saw a man near the woods outside Hudson late at night. A man who looked like he was camping. A man who didn't want to be seen. Lou shrugs it off, but Amy's heart skips. She remembers Ty loved camping. It was his escape. The mountains were his quiet place. She tries to push the thought away, but she can't. She hears Lyndy humming softly nearby, and when she turns, she sees her daughter drawing something. Amy's breath catches when she sees the picture, a man standing next to a horse. And Lyndy says something that shakes Amy. "Mommy, this is Daddy. I saw him by the barn last night." The room falls silent. Amy drops to her knees and gently asks Lyndy what she means. Lyndy explains in her innocent voice. "He waved at me through the window, but when I called for you, he was gone." Amy tries to stay calm, but her hands tremble. Children imagine things all the time, she tells herself. Dreams, memories, but Lyndy was only a baby when Ty died. How could she imagine something so real? Now, that night, Amy can't sleep. She steps outside, looking across the shadowy fields of Heartland. Everything is quiet. Almost too quiet. Suddenly, she sees a flicker of light in the distance, near the old cabin by the river. A lantern? A campfire? She grabs a flashlight and walks slowly toward it, heart pounding. But halfway there, she freezes. A shape moves in the darkness, tall, broad-shouldered. The silhouette of a man who looks just like. She blinks and he's gone. Was it real? Or just her heart seeing what her mind refuses to let go of? Back inside, Amy stares at the bracelet again. It now feels connected to everything happening around her. The mysterious photos, Lyndy's drawing, the figure by the river. Maybe it's not madness. Maybe it's not just grief. Maybe Ty's story isn't over. And for the first time in years, Amy whispers a truth she's terrified to admit. What if he's alive? The question hangs in the air, dangerous, impossible, yet full of hope. And hope can change everything. Amy wakes before dawn the next day, restless and unable to shake the feeling that something is wrong, deeply wrong. The bracelet has unlocked more than memories. It has stirred a silent storm inside her, and now she is desperate for answers. She decides to return to the old cabin by the river, the same place where she saw the mysterious light the night before. Maybe it was nothing. Or maybe she's running toward the truth. Whether she's ready for it or not, as she walks down the familiar dirt path. The morning mist swirls over the grass like a secret trying to hide itself. Everything is quiet except for the soft crunch of her boots and the distant river. When she reaches the cabin, she stops. Something is different. Someone has been here recently. The door, usually locked and untouched for years, is cracked open. Her pulse quickens. Slowly, Amy pushes the door open. Inside, the air smells like campfire smoke, and a blanket lies folded on the floor. On the table is a half-empty mug of coffee, still warm. Amy runs her fingers over it, feeling the heat. Whoever was here, they were here not long ago. Her breath catches when she notices something under the mug. A small piece of paper with only 4 words written on it. I had no choice. Amy stares at the note, confused and shaken. No name, no explanation. Just a message full of fear and urgency. She knows this handwriting. It pulls at her memory like an echo. But before she can think further, a floorboard creaks outside. Footsteps. Someone is approaching. She spins around and steps outside, scanning the trees. Hello? She calls out. Who's there? No answer, just silence. She walks farther into the woods, drawn by a strange pull she doesn't understand. Then she sees it, footprints, fresh ones. Large, boot-shaped prints leading deeper along the riverbank. Without hesitation, Amy follows them. Every step she takes brings her closer to something she can't fully grasp. Her heart keeps repeating the same impossible hope. It can't be him. It shouldn't be. But what if? The footprints lead to a clearing near an old maple tree, a place she and Ty used to visit. They carved their initials into the tree years ago. The marks are still there. A +T. Amy reaches out and touches them, and a wave of emotion washes over her. Then she hears a branch snap behind her. She turns. Someone is standing at the edge of the trees, a dark figure. Her heart jumps to her throat. Ty? She whispers before she can stop herself. The figure freezes, as if shocked by her voice. Amy takes a step forward, but before she reaches him, the man bolts running full speed through the trees. Wait, Amy shouts. Stop! But he doesn't. He disappears like smoke. Amy tries to chase him, but he's too fast and the terrain too rough. After several minutes, she stops, out of breath. Angry at herself, not just for losing him, but for letting hope take hold again. She needs answers. She needs the truth. And she knows where she has to go next. A secret buried at Heartland back at the ranch. Amy confronts Jack. She tells him everything, the bracelet, Lyndy's drawing, the cabin, the note, and the man in the woods. Jack listens quietly, but Amy can see it in his eyes. He already knows more than he's saying. Jack, she says softly but firmly, are you hiding something from me? Jack hesitates. His gaze drops. He sighs heavily, the weight of something long hidden pressing on his shoulders. Some things are better left alone, he finally says. Amy steps toward him. Not this. Not Ty. If there's something I need to know, tell me, please. Jack looks torn, caught between protecting Amy and telling her the truth. Amy, digging into the past won't bring peace. It will only bring pain. Her eyes harden. Pain is living every day without answers. Jack doesn't respond. He turns and walks away, leaving Amy more certain than ever he's hiding something. And he isn't the only one. A stranger with Ty's past later that day, Caleb, stops by the ranch. He tells Amy something strange. Someone has been asking around about Heartland. A stranger. A man who hasn't given a name. He wanted to know if Amy still lived there, if Jack still ran the ranch, and if Lyndy was Ty's daughter. Caleb just assumed it was some reporter or fan digging for personal drama. But now, with everything Amy has discovered, this feels different, much different. More dangerous. Amy thanks Caleb and tells him nothing. She needs time. She needs to think. If this mysterious man is connected to Ty, why would he suddenly appear now after all these years? Why leave clues for Amy? Why watch from the shadows, but not reveal himself unless someone doesn't want him to? Night falls again. Amy sits alone by the barn, bracelet in hand, questions haunting her. A storm is building, not just around Heartland, but inside her life, inside the truth she thought she knew. And this time, she won't turn away. She can't. Ty's story isn't over. And now neither is hers. The storm outside breaks open the sky, rain hitting the ranch roof like a drum beat. But Amy barely hears it. Her mind is somewhere else, lost in questions that won't let her sleep. The bracelet sits on the table beside her, the note tucked beneath it. I had no choice. Those 4 words echo over and over in her thoughts. What did it mean? Who wrote it, and why did it feel like a warning? Amy looks out the window into the darkness. Something keeps pulling her back to that cabin by the river. Twice now she has felt someone there. Twice she has come close to the truth. She knows in her heart she has to go back one last time, storm or no storm. She throws on her jacket and grabs a flashlight. As she passes the living room, she sees Jack dozing on the couch. He had been waiting up for her like he used to do when she was younger, always watching over her. She pauses. Part of her wants to wake him and finally demand the truth. But another part of her, stronger, louder, knows this is something she must face alone. The night is cold and raw as she steps outside. The wind claws at her and rain stings her face. But Amy keeps walking. She follows the same path she took earlier, down through the field, across the stream, and into the woods. Lightning flashes and thunder shakes the earth, but she moves forward, driven by something she can't explain, hope, fear, love, maybe all three. When she reaches the cabin, she freezes. A light is on inside. This time she doesn't hesitate. She pushes the door open and steps inside. The room is quiet, lit only by a single lantern on the table. But she can feel it. She's not alone. Someone is here. She looks around slowly. Her heart starts to pound when she sees a man's jacket hanging by the door. A brown canvas riding jacket, the exact same kind Ty always wore. Amy reaches out and touches it. The fabric is damp, still wet from the rain. Someone just wore it. Her breathing grows shallow. She turns, then she sees someone standing in the shadows, a tall figure, silent, watching her. Who are you? Amy demands, though her voice shakes. No answer. I know someone has been here. I know someone left that bracelet. Why? Why are you doing this? Still, no reply. Amy steps closer. Say something, please. The man shifts slightly, but his face is still hidden by shadow. Amy's pulse hammers in her ears. She takes another step closer, her voice now breaking. Is it you? The man doesn't move. Amy's voice cracks as she whispers, Ty? For a moment, time stops. The storm outside fades away. Even her breath goes silent. She is standing on the edge of something so powerful, it threatens to break her open. Finally, the man speaks, his voice low and hoarse. You shouldn't be here. Amy, the world spins. She knows that voice. She would know it anywhere. Ty? Her voice is barely a whisper now. Her eyes fill with tears. Is it really? But before she can finish, the man steps back as if afraid to come closer. He keeps his face hidden. Lightning flashes through the cabin window, lighting the room for a split second. And in that one flash of light, Amy sees him, his eyes, those eyes. The same eyes that once looked at her with love. The same eyes she thought she would never see again. It is him. Amy staggers back, tears pouring from her eyes. Ty, you're alive. He looks torn, broken even, like a man who has carried a heavy burden alone. His voice shakes when he speaks again. Amy, I had no choice. You have to listen to me. You have to understand. Understand what? She cries. You disappeared. You let me think. Her voice falls apart. You let me think you were dead. Ty's jaw clenches. Pain flashes across his face. I wanted to come back. I wanted to tell you everything. But it wasn't safe. Safe? She repeats, angry now. Safe from who? Safe from what? Why didn't you trust me? I did trust you, Ty says, his voice raw. That's why I left. Amy shakes her head, confused and heartbroken. That doesn't make sense. But Ty doesn't answer. Instead, he steps closer, his eyes full of something she can't read. Love, regret, fear, all at once. They're watching, he says softly. They'll follow you if you stay. You have to go, now, please, for Lyndy. Amy freezes. Lyndy, why? He knows. He knows everything. He's been here, watching from the shadows. Not just her, their daughter. Suddenly the wind slams the cabin door shut behind them with a violent crash. Ty flinches and reaches for something on the table, a worn backpack. He swings it over his shoulder and moves toward the back door. Ty, wait! Amy cries. I'll explain everything, he says, his voice trembling. I swear. But not tonight. They're coming. Who? Who's coming? Ty. she shouts. He stops just long enough to look back at her. Into her eyes, into her soul. Fine, Jack, he says. He knows. Then he's gone. The back door swings open. Ty disappears into the storm. Amy stands in the cabin shaking, breathless, torn between running after him and crumbling to the floor. Tears roll down her face as she realizes the truth. Ty. Borden is alive, and someone wanted the world to believe he wasn't. Whatever happens, next nothing will ever be the same again.